8 mistakes business owners make with their money. Physical stores or online stores are both businesses. Anything that relates to money in exchange for a product or service is still a business. If you have a business, you might want to watch this. But before that, kindly click that shining red subscribe button. Number 1. Not separating business accounts from personal accounts. This is the first and also one of the biggest mistakes small businesses owners make. If you think you're being smart by doing so, you'll see the repercussions later on. Make personal purchases from your personal account and the same for the business account. You'll get to enjoy the benefits later on. Another thing to be cautious about, and our number 2, is signing personal finances. You should never agree to this. The reason you separated your accounts was so that you can protect your personal assets, and signing such a guarantee only makes you personally liable for death. Never should your business take away your life and leave you high and dry to making big business purchases immediately. When you start operations, it's only natural to want the best for your business. Number 3. New computers, a posh office, and employees who make your competition jealous. But before you go through with any purchase, take a step back and think it through. It's true that some expenses are a must-have and aren't negotiable depending on the kind of business you're starting. Tone down your excitement a little. Don't let your adrenaline take over. Taking huge steps could lead to missteps. That could mean a sudden drop in productivity, sales, and branding. Grow your business first before thinking about spending money on things. Take time to come up with a well-paid plan for growth without putting everything you've worked to build at risk. During the first year of business, you're going to hit a few roads. You're going to fail, and sometimes at a hefty cost. If you made a rash decision and bought a car, a house, or any personal purchase, and something unexpected comes up with the business, it could mean you won't pay yourself the following month. Be as lean as possible with regards to both your business and personal life. Number 4. Incurring credit card debt, hoping to get revenue in the future. Irresponsible credit card users has been deemed the worst financial mistake made by entrepreneurs. Credit cards are very convenient. Many business owners are obscured from seeing that they're compounding their expenses and incurring interest charges. Each time they use their credit and fail to pay off the full balance at the end of the month, if convenience is what you're after, use a debit card instead. It's not that hard for businesses to get them. The challenge is paying it all back. And it's not just the principal, but also the interest, regardless of the situation of their cash flow. Keep in mind that even when business goes under, at the end of the day, the lender still expects you to pay back the debt, relying on debt financing too much. The more you borrow, the greater risk for the lender, and therefore, you do end up having to pay high interest rates. Tread carefully when dealing with debts, never be in a rush, and think things through because it can seriously hurt your business. Number 5. Not saving for an emergency. The purpose of an emergency fund is to provide prompt access to funds during critical moments. You might relax thinking since you're insured against property damage, product loss, and equipment repairs, you're good to go. You don't need any other backup, but considering the time it takes to process, you'd much rather reconsider your stance on having an emergency fund. An emergency fund allows you to continue operations and begin making repairs and replacing any last items or products that are either lost or stolen immediately. Statistically, more than 80% of businesses fail because they don't have enough cash flow. Having cash readily available could be what keeps the business and saves you from having to incur debt, and you have no choice but to borrow money in the event of an emergency. Having cash on hand also allows you to expand the business and launch new product lines. Number 6. Neglecting to plan for upcoming tax obligations. Different types of businesses have different state of federal tax obligations, which allow the government to finance infrastructure and programs that are beneficial to citizens. Those who are employed are usually given forms by their employers every year to file income tax. But as a self-employed individual, taking initiative and paying your full tax obligations throughout the year is your responsibility, being self-employed or as a corporation. You have to make estimated quarterly payments to the IRS so that when the time comes, you aren't stuck with a huge tax bill. Calculating this accurately takes time and effort. So plan accordingly, because this is all part of being a business owner. It might seem straightforward, but a lot of thought needs to be put into it. Consult on this and do what needs to be done. You might lose money during your first year, which happens to a lot of businesses, by the way. Save yourself from unnecessary trouble and get your taxes in order as soon as you can. Number 7. Not setting a clear budget for your business as a business owner. It's your job to steer your new business towards profitability, and this can only be done if you have a carefully planned budget for marketing operations and other expenses. Not having a clear idea of how much you'll bring in and how much it will cost to get it most definitely means you're heading straight for failure. One could say you're flying. Having a clear plan is vital for your business's profitability. If you're new to the game, there are a number of industry associations that help estimate expenses and even probable income for you. Don't turn them down immediately, as they could help you plan for the growth of your business. Hey, refusing to invest in professional services, business owners take on a lot of roles and eventually it all becomes a little too demanding. You can only do so much. Yes, the world of business needs people who can wear many hats. The world of business needs people whose goal is not just to become successful in their products or business, but also to become rich, live like a wealthy person, have a clear vision for the future, doing the business correctly, and not worrying about failing. Because for him or her, failure is not an option, and it'll never be. Failure is a step for success, a learning process, and just an obstacle that needs to be experienced. Failure can either make or break your business. There are a lot of things that we need to learn when we're doing business. We should know that we are the boss of money. Money will be saved if we'll save it. It'll be gone if we choose to spend it. If you are already a business owner, you might be getting what I'm telling you right now. And if not, and you want to be one, just remember all these things. Finance Boss is not a pro, but we're always willing and excited to share all these things. Also, it depends on you. But for me, I'll choose to learn all these things first before really doing it. So, what do you think? Did you learn something new again? If you're already a business owner, then you should start reflecting on this. If you're new, then you already know what to do and what not to do. So again, money makers, business people, this is Finance Boss. Thank you for watching.